Hello, everyone, and welcome to another episode of Good Times, Great Movies. This is our New Year episode, our first episode of the new year. I am here celebrating this occasion. I'm Jamie Lorello on the other side of things. Maybe playing a little keyboard action.
Oof,
maybe is DP McCambridge. Did you have a keyboard? It was a thing to get that Casio keyboard growing up. Did you have one? Oh, you still do.
I'm just gonna. This is the first time ever a visual aid has actually come in handy.
It looks large, but it's light because you just picked that up with one hand and flung it over your head like it was
very large. It's very light. Autumn did piano for a time.
Oh,
so
I remember that was in her room. Yeah.
We were not going to splurge for an actual piano.
Smart choice.
We got that, and it served her well for the year that she did piano. And now it sits in our basement closet, and I was rearranging stuff the other day, pulled it out, didn't know it would come in so handy for this
so perfect.
Episode.
I hope you can drop us a beat with it.
No, I can't. I can't play.
Okay.
I can't play.
Okay.
I grew up in our house. We had a piano, not like a grand piano, like one of the standy-uppy, like
uprighties.
Yeah, that's what they call. That's what they call them, right? Pianis that are uprighty.
Yep. The uprighty piano.
Nobody in my household could play. My dad got it for free and just moved it in, and
that's nice.
Yeah, and then at some point we decided to get rid of it, and breaking down, moving a piano.
Oh, it's no joke.
I can't believe I'm still alive today after my dad and I tried to do that.
We had to get professional piano movers for ours.
Yeah.
And that's
my dad just decided to injure his back for the rest of his life.
Did he hurt himself?
Oh, I don't know that was it. He did have to have back surgery, but I feel like that was just one of many instances in his life that led to the eventual surgery.
Back.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
The piano led to the owie backy.
Yeah, I don't. What do you think this says about our new year? The fact that this is how we're starting the new year. I couldn't. The whole time watching this, I'm like, what does this say about
what's happened? Well,
how is 26 going to go?
How is it going to go? Right. I have to say, being honest, the first even though it was still like, what the hell is happening? The first 20 minutes, I was like, this is the 80s chaos. This is goofy and I unmanageable and crazy. Yeah. But I think it's fun, right? In that 80s, movie way, 80s terrible movie way.
Sure.
But then as it went on, and maybe it was the first more like 15 minutes. I won't even give it 20. As it went on, I was like, oh, what is? I don't
know how to feel.
The
I can't stop thinking about this movie. Is that a problem?
Yeah, I think it is.
Okay, good. Because so many movies that we do are they're instantly gone out of my head. And a lot of times I'm really thankful for that.
Yeah, you just wanted to visit.
Yeah, and as I watched this, I was like, okay, I think this thing will just slide off my brain. But I have far too many questions about a movie that doesn't care to answer any of my questions. It doesn't matter. Nothing in this movie matters. There's no real story. I thought I knew what the story was. I thought it was about aliens looking to discover rock and roll. That's not what this is about.
No.
They already know how to play rock and roll.
And they don't have feelings or the ability to love, but they do have the ability to fall in love.
Yes! The fact that he was like, guess what? We don't have feelings.
There was
and
much.
Instantly he's like, I am so devastated that this woman
said,
doesn't like me.
I love you. And then he told her that they don't have feelings.
Yeah, love doesn't exist.
Yeah. And I was like, wait a minute. Do you realize, I feel like they tried different versions of, well, maybe we'll go with this, like a choose your own adventure. But instead of staying on the, we're going to go with the aliens don't have feelings, they didn't stay that path.
No.
Or, instead of being, like you said, we're here to just explore rock and roll. There were so many layered things.
Yeah.
It was just one thing on top of another. Even the lake or the beach that they lived on being toxic, and then she does this whole speech about why it's so toxic. I was like, where's this coming from?
That speech was pulled out of a different movie, I guarantee you, because never in this movie did characters talk sincerely to one another the way that
Yeah, she
The way
just
that
had
it was
this.
happening in one scene.
We open. Okay.
Also, wait a second. I'm sorry, because here's the other, there's so many things that are wrong with this.
When you take on that high pitch, I know that you've been
I have
shooken up a bit.
You can't suddenly introduce some sort of tentacle monster also 2/3 of the way through your movie and make it a villain?
Again, and it's so cartoony looking that I'm not afraid of it. I'm not.
No. I
Even,
mean, I don't.
And then it is when he chops it off and bubbles come out.
Yeah, like actual children's bubbles come out of it.
Again, I think it was like, you want to try this? Sure, let's try it. You want to do this? Sure, let's try it. The lead, Frankie, they just were like, he's just like, I'm going to keep bobbing my head and moving my hair. Everything I do, just a little bob of my voluminous hair.
This movie also seems to be about a battle of the bands that happens halfway through the movie and doesn't really matter. No. And also, Frankie's not in the band.
No, he just watches them with pride. No.
At one point, he's on stage before they start playing, like, tuning a guitar. Yeah, and then another guy's playing that same guitar. He's nowhere to be found. No. He does sing a solo with a mountain lion. But that comes out of nowhere.
It's and it goes on for so long.
4 minutes. 4 minutes. We watch an entire music video.
He when he lunges across the two boulders, and he's just like pulsing his body and gyrating against these two boulders. Yeah, and then the ladies that are his backup dancers during it,
cat girls.
Like, what is happening?
Yes, they're just wearing cat ears and they're pouncing around, and I'm like, this is a music video, and we're not prepared for it. Also, you're right. He goes from fully clothed to shirtless and tattered pants.
Oh, because the lion, lion in him is just like emerging. He's like, he can't help himself.
Because we've watched movies before where I think that I've used the descriptor that it is just stitched together music videos. This is music video, because we're transported from the reality that we have been seeing into an actual music video with like dissolves and different locations, like
and dance steps and dance routines. Their final one when they're together, and another one that goes on too long.
And that's the same song that she is with Jermaine Jackson at the beginning of this.
And where does Jermaine Jackson go?
Where does he go? Why are they in like Rome? What is happening at the beginning of this that is not connected to anything later? So, because at the beginning, are we to think that Pia Zadora is a talented singer-musician who sings with Jermaine Jackson, but no, she's really just a high school student?
I didn't get any of that. I didn't know. No.
Great. Okay. Yeah. So we're not going to answer any of the questions that we have about, and don't, like, the mental patients, don't do this.
Oh, I know. What did we do? And the guy, that was another addition that when the girl was helping him with the chainsaw?
That was kind of my favorite part of this whole movie. Was the two of them falling in love over her repairing his chainsaw. Yeah. I was like, this is a movie. Like, this 5-minute scene here is an actual movie. Everything surrounding it is not what I would describe as a movie.
It just gets a little overwhelming, a little sloppy. They pile on way too much.
Oh yeah, way too much. And we always, in case you're new to this podcast, in case for some reason
you want to start the new year with the 80s movie podcast.
That's right. This is your New Year's resolution. Is to be like, all right, new year, new podcast, 80s movies, don't know anything about them. Hey, I'll just start with Voyage of the Rock Aliens. What we do, of course, is go through this thing beat by beat, start to finish. But Jamie, in a movie like this, it doesn't matter.
Yeah, it is pure chaos. It is.
These are nonsensical scenes stitched together in about 3 to 4 different sets.
It's kind of it. It is almost 2 hours, right? I know I often mistake our movies because they feel like they were 2 hours.
No,
it's just an hour and a half.
It's an hour and 25 minutes.
Oh, I watched it in 2 parts because I couldn't.
Wow. Okay.
Yeah.
Because what I was going to say is if there is one positive I'm going to give this is I really was never checking my watch. It did seem to go by rather smoothly.
Oh, I didn't think
at
so.
least for me. Okay. All right.
No.
Right. I think it was just, it got to the point where I was like, what are they going to do next? Like what? I've been watching this and I still had no idea what I was about to
Which
see.
was, I guess, the one charming thing about it, the one charming thing, you could tell I felt about it, was that you really didn't know what was going to come next. Like,
right.
You didn't know if there would be a musical number. You didn't know if there would be
but even though we're
funny fire hydrant walking around.
The fire hydrant was never funny. It took forever to get to a dog pee joke.
I was
like,
waiting
when is
for the
dog
pee
And it was
joke,
at the end of the movie.
At the very end, and even that, he peed on the dog. To
Yeah,
shoo
it wasn't
away.
good. The dog seemed... the dog seemed very upset to actually be in this movie.
Yeah,
The only appropriate reaction to being in this movie was by the dog. Everyone should have been upset with the fact that they're here and they're asked to do what they're doing. But they kind of all seem to be on board, which is
they were
very
enjoying
weird.
it. I think they were enjoying it. Much like it reminded me, like in growing up, my cousins and I would get together, my sister, we would do these little dance routines and little make up our own little hodgepodge of like play mermaids in the pool and then dance and do our thing. And if you... It took a week of our playtimes and hodgepodged it together. This maybe, I don't know. We didn't have quite the alien effect, but maybe.
Yeah. No.
Maybe this is what it would have felt like.
I think that this is what you're saying, so I'm sorry for repeating you. If you asked a child to describe a movie, this is what you would get. But you would have to remind the child, like they would go off on a tangent and you'd have to be like, but remember there's a tentacle monster? And the kid would go, oh yeah. Then it comes to the dance.
Yeah.
Right. Yeah, this is, I don't know.
And then there's crazy people and they come out with a chainsaw. Yeah.
They buy a lot of guns. And then what happens to the guns? Well, they don't matter.
Yeah.
They never shoot anybody.
They never need to.
There was, okay, we'll get to it. There was one time in this movie where I legitimately laughed, and I was shocked.
Mine was during the cougar dance or the lion dance.
Well, yeah. I was as shocked as anyone could be that a line in this movie made me laugh.
Oh.
And okay, you know what? I'll tell you right now. It was when the sheriff, played by Ruth Gordon, in a bizarre
I forgot
role.
about the sheriff's piece where she was just
When she calls that woman and is like, is this the widow of blah, blah, blah? And the lady goes, I'm not a widow. And she goes, like hell you're not. And then just hangs up. And going over to the phone, she's like, this is the hardest part of my job. I really got a kick out of that. I thought it was a great way to tell someone that their spouse had died.
I mean, that's easing into it already.
Yeah.
I had never, ever heard of this movie before.
Let me give you just a little bit here. It is Voyage of the Rock Aliens. It's 1984. Directed by James Fargo. This guy, his very first movie was a Dirty Harry movie.
Oh.
Then he directed, after that, the movie with Clint Eastwood and a monkey.
Oh.
Every Which Way But Loose, I think.
Didn't we consider that as
We did consider that for our ape role. And then I think we saw the runtime and we're like, no, thank you.
No, thank you, yeah.
You know? And he's still a working director today. This guy must have done this when he was relatively young because he's still doing stuff today.
This is definitely like even for all the actors in it, this is just, let's play around. Yeah.
Yeah, and I'm surprised. I looked up Frankie, who is...
He does stuff, doesn't he?
Yeah,
he's familiar.
Yeah, he still does stuff now, but we have never seen him in this podcast, which I was very surprised by. Pia Zadora, we've only seen her, and there's no way I would remember this. She was in Troop Beverly Hills as herself.
Oh.
And then, of course, a character who is simply titled Chainsaw, Michael Barrymore. We just saw him in Weird Science.
Weird Science, yeah.
He was in Star Trek 4, and he was in Deadly Blessing. And that's it. The rest
of them are brand new to us.
Yeah, if you go through, because I did go through the entire cast, really hoping to find some sort of hidden gem. Like, there are people that were in, like, Roadhouse as bar patron and stuff like that. But that's pretty much it. And we're doing this because it's National Sci-Fi Day.
The first
of all the sci-fi movies.
Oh yeah, I know. What a disappointment to sci-fi fans of the '80s sci-fi. Well, because like I said, I had never heard of this. Never would have been on my radar.
No.
We watched the so Barrett oftentimes when he decides if he's going to watch a movie with me, we'll watch the trailer.
Of course.
And then it'll, rather oh no, it's not. He was like, this seems crazy. And like a musical, a sci-fi 80s rock alien musical, this is
He's not wrong. All those descriptors could be used to define this movie.
And sounds like a fun ride. But well, he held on, but
he watched the whole thing?
Oh yeah.
In the 2 parts?
Yeah. He came back for the second part.
Who was like, we got to cut this? Was it you or him that really said
it was me. It was me.
Right,
when we had to stop, I was like...
He's not in charge of our podcast. I get it.
No, exactly.
This is your decision.
Well, and I started to get... I do this sometimes with our podcast, and you can tell when we talk about it, and you definitely, if you ever watch me watch it, you could see. Sometimes the movies make me, I have a visceral reaction and I just get mad. I get mad that the movie is wasting my time and he was like, I could see you just hit a wall, where I couldn't even take in what's happening or take any more notes. And that's when I know I have to just take a pause. I have to take a breath. I have to come back the next day, maybe with fresher eyes. And go for it that way. Oh my God.
Well, the problem with this was every scene, you talk about taking notes, every scene, there were 2 ways to go. One was to write nothing because it doesn't matter, and you would have been fine to do that. If you came in just having watched this, I think you'd be fine kind of describing it. But also every scene, you could have written paragraphs on it. Yeah. Just because it wasn't connected to the prior scene. It didn't matter what happened before or what was going to happen after. You could have written pages of information about every dumb scene in this because they're not stitched together in a way that makes any sense. We said, the plot of this movie, let's just get into it, because at the very start, they set up a movie that we're not going to watch because it's a robot on a spaceship that says, okay, here's the mission. There are guys on this spaceship and they are obsessed with trying to find a planet that plays rock and roll music. And then the robot watches TV. Oh yeah, please try and describe this robot that we only see at the beginning and the end, because for the rest of the movie it's a fire hydrant.
Transformed into a fire hydrant. The robot is supposed to be sort of the comic relief of this group of duds. Basically, there's none of these aliens. What is there? A group of 6 of them? Is there 6?
Oh please! You want me to count how many ding dongs there are?
Well, but there's none of them really give. You have
they're
the
all the
lead
same
guy, I guess. Yeah, exactly. They're all the same little robotic alien creatures. But he is kind of the comic relief at times.
Yeah.
And he's the brains, because
he is the brains,
right?
Yes.
Yeah.
Because these guys are all dummies.
They're just vessels. Basically.
They're just vessels, and also there is a main guy. There's a main alien guy. What is with this haircut? Why? Why?
Hair. All the hair.
Some of the hair's fun because it's simply played for, comic relief, I guess. They all have they have flock of seagulls hair, or they have big pompadours and stuff like that. But this guy has he's blonde and he has the silliest bowl cut. He looks like a grown-up Dennis the Menace.
He does.
And I can't believe Pia Zadora falls for him. It's one of the weirdest things where I'm of all these guys, this is the one you're going for.
This is the win? This is the winner?
Yeah. So they're looking for a planet that plays rock music.
Right.
And we know we're in for a silly movie, Jamie, because this robot goes, I have to wake up these aliens, and they're action figures.
Oh, yeah.
The robot feeds
tiny.
into a machine, and then real life-sized humans come out.
It's like a chute that he feeds them
exactly.
into. And then when they come down out of the chute, they're life-size humans.
Right. And the only thing that makes them seem like aliens is they have a gem in the
In the
middle of their
head,
forehead.
which is explained later as some sort of device. He calls it something that they all have to get installed.
Yeah, to remove emotions. It's like an emo. Man, what is it? Anyway, it's a process by which they have to have their emotions removed for reasons that are not explained at all.
Oh, I didn't. Their names. So each of they go through the whole alphabet.
What is this? Yeah, why?
Their names are, one of the lead guy is A, B, C, D.
Mm-hmm.
Then there's E, F, G, H. I think they each get 4 letters. I don't know if I'm doing
The last guy has like the last 8 letters in the alphabet. Because even Pia Zadora is looking at them, and
Who's
she
the
looks.
one that plays her bestie? Because she's in stuff, right?
You know
one
what?
That's in love with the chainsaw guy.
Yeah, I am not, like you described me as a Simpsons guy. I am not a Friends guy, but this woman was Jennifer Aniston's boss for a while in Friends.
Okay.
That's kind of the only thing I've seen her in. I looked her up. She's, one-off in a bunch of different sitcoms, but that's where I know her from. Yeah.
Well, so yeah.
So these aliens are looking for rock music. They're flipping through dials of a TV, which I guess is spying on different planets, and it's like, oh, this is boring. There's a planet of Muppets too.
Yeah.
And then they stumble upon a Jermaine Jackson Picazzadora music video. Filmed in the streets of Rome.
I guess.
And we watched the whole video.
Yeah.
That's
and
when
it's about a battle between.
Is it?
Right? Isn't it a battle? Or
it's
like.
It's like.
It kind of is.
Is it bad or beat it? It's like one of those, but somehow more gay.
Yeah, he even has sort of that jacket, the leather jacket with the shoulder pads.
Yes.
You're like, what are you doing? Let me see. Let's see. Men on motorcycles. Yeah, there's motorcycles. That's right, because they chase Jermaine Jackson. The guys on the motorcycles do. We do find that this is when we find out that the town. So this does take place in their town. This music video.
I don't know because they're not.
Because Jermaine Jackson is never seen again.
Never seen again.
This.
I don't know what this is. I don't know if this.
But
because
they talk
it's the
about
same
the town
character.
having toxic water, right?
Right. Yes. The town of Speelburgh.
Yeah.
Has toxic water because they live next to Lake Erie, but it's like creepy. It's spelled that way. Right. And it's toxic waste. And they want this at the very beginning. They want this to, I think, be a send up of those like Annette Funicello and Frankie.
Yes, it
like
does
those
have that
movies.
kind of beach vibe. Yes.
Yes, but it's a lake beach, so the water's placid and it's also gross, and there are no leaves on the trees. Jamie, they're filming this in the dead of winter, and they're making them go out like shirtless and in bikinis, and nobody looks comfortable, and this whole movie looks dreary.
Yeah.
And it just added to like, what are you trying to do? Why?
Yeah.
Just
What's
film
the
it in a
statement
different
here?
season. There appears to be no sun. Everything is so gross looking. And at the end, I guess the aliens fix everything, but they're still filming in the late fall, so it still doesn't look bright or vibrant or interesting at all.
No, it doesn't.
Wow.
Wait. Did we? Let me see. I'm looking at my notes.
No,
which is, like you said, it's
I
almost
can't
like
even believe
why.
you're looking at your notes because I don't like. So these aliens are reconstituted and they decide to come to this town to again, as we think, learn about rock music.
I never was under that impression. I just figured
Well,
that
but
they were
that's-
aliens. But
that's
that's
what they
their
say.
goal that they're gonna. Yeah.
Yeah. And the leader of, so we are introduced to Pia Zadora, who we thought was a famous musician who's in music videos with Jermaine Jackson, but she appears to just be a high school student.
But wait, in that music video with Jermaine Jackson,
You're
Frankie
obsessed
is in
with
it,
this
right?
music video.
Well, because
No.
it's what starts us
Wait,
out.
what? He
Isn't
is?
there the bad guy? Isn't he? Because
Is
she's
he
got
Frankie?
a different love interest.
Oh,
she's got
yeah.
a different love interest, and then that's what the video sets. Like, is this video supposed to sort of set the tone? Because again, like you said, we don't see
Sure.
Jermaine at all after this, but it is about a guy who falls in love with a girl who's kind of a piazador, who is in this biker gang, and isn't allowed to be, almost like a Romeo and Juliet. Like, they won't
Right,
let her
yes.
be with them,
Yes.
with him.
Right.
And I thought
Yeah.
it was the
She's
Frankie
Juliet.
guy.
Jermaine Jackson is the Romeo. Because
Right.
they are gangs wearing, like, one's dressed all in white, one's dressed all
Yes.
in black. Yes.
Yes.
And you thought Frankie, like
Was it
Jermaine
Frankie?
Jackson rescued her from Frankie?
Yeah. Maybe it was
Maybe.
a different guy.
Who knows?
Okay.
And
knows?
if that is the case, what does it have to do with anything that we're about to see?
That's what I don't know. Because then I'm harping on it because that's our setup for how we start the movie. And then, like you said, these aliens begin their mission.
Yeah.
And
I would have much rather had it be a music video with Jermaine Jackson and some other woman that we never see again.
yes.
Because it would be like, okay, this is the planet Earth, and they have rock music. Great.
Right.
Now let's be introduced to our main characters. But we've seen this woman before, and I'm so confused.
Yeah. Like, where?
None of the musicians, none of Frankie's not there, his friends aren't there. None of these people are in this music video. It seems to be detached from the reality that we are then put in this movie.
Right.
It's almost like the movie wants to confuse you right out of the gate, which is not great. Movies shouldn't do that.
No, I didn't like it.
Oh, they also use these aliens are like, all right, it's time to go down to Earth. They use a phone booth for a transportation device.
Yeah.
Guarantee you that Bill and Ted stole this idea.
Oh, from here.
I can't believe it.
And it is announced, the robot says, like, remember, in order to get back to and from our spaceship, we need to use this telephone booth. That's what's going to happen here, right?
Yeah.
And now they are transported to this beach with the toxic water. Like you said, the dancing on the beach, that's meant to be like a back to the beach kind of vibe, and in a shallow. The octopus is in the water at this point. You can see it. So they kind of string this octopus theme along.
Kind of.
Because we just see the octopus.
Right.
Nobody mentions it.
No.
Nobody's
I
scared
thought
by
it was just an example of how gross this lake was. That there was like a weird tentacle that kind of like pops out for
There's
an instant.
a creature that lives in there. Right.
Because you don't see it again for 40 to 45 minutes.
Right. This beach song dance, I don't know what it's called, but they do a lot of these the 80s moves with the saxophone, how they love their saxophone dances.
Yeah.
There's a lot. There's a whole dance routine. The group does the wave.
Oh yeah.
Like, there's a whole dance routine that the whole beach gets into. And again, this is when I'm still mildly kind of confused by it and a bit overwhelmed by what I'm seeing, but also like, wow, this is so 80s, and they're just dancing like a bunch of freaks, looking like a bunch of 80s freaks.
Right, yes. Yeah. If you are, and I will say this because we are going to go through the entire movie, but I don't think we can make this make sense to anyone. Sometimes I think about people listening to this if they haven't seen the movie, and I'm like, I don't know. I think we described this Rambo movie pretty well.
They get a handle on it.
There's no way. Like, there's no way to describe this in a sense that will make sense to someone who hasn't seen it.
No,
so
we ought not even try.
I'm not recommending people watch this movie, but I will say that
Would you?
if you are curious, you can honestly drop the needle anywhere, watch for 5 minutes, and you have gotten the gist of the entire movie.
Yeah.
That's it. You can drop in 30 minutes in, watch it for 5, and leave. Just imagine that happened again and again and again, and that's the movie.
Yeah, I wouldn't. We're getting ahead of ourselves here, but I wouldn't recommend people watch this in its entirety.
Right, you thought it was over 2 hours long.
Yeah, it was one of those. It felt like forever for me. But yeah, I could see where just to get a gist of what's happening here, you could just Google any scene or just watch one of the music videos and be like, oh, okay.
Yeah,
and then just picture a bunch of those just patchworked together.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. So the aliens come in a phone booth. This is actually seen by the sheriff. This elderly Ruth Gordon plays the sheriff. She's extremely old. she appears to have always been afraid that aliens might invade her town or
Yeah,
something.
something that she's thought of before.
And she's like, okay, there's aliens. I have to take action. Fine. Put a pin in that. Whatever. Like, it doesn't really come to anything. She has her own little plot where people are being killed. Maybe.
Oh yeah, she says that.
By
the
the lake
principal
monster?
says it
Is
too.
the lake monster killing
I
people?
didn't. Well, the lake monster does during the music video. The lake monster attacks one of the guys. There's a couple that's dancing, and the lake monster attacks one of them, but nothing
Wow.
comes of it. Nobody
Right, okay.
screams. Nobody gets excited.
Yeah.
It's just part of like the dancing they're all doing, and then before we see her. And the aliens arrive. Before we see the sheriff and the aliens arrive, Frankie does show up to the beach.
Oh,
and
yes.
He's kind of like the leader of everyone.
He's like a control freak of the
Yeah.
entire high school class?
Right. And he definitely has his own group of dudes that sort of look up to him and do what he says.
Yes.
But when he arrives, everyone's like, oh, Frankie's here. Frankie's
Yeah, because
here."
Frankie's like, stop this nonsense. Stop
Yeah.
playing music and having fun.
Right.
I'm in charge. So okay, so here's the thing that you have to know if you're just listening to us and you're like, what's happening in this movie? There's
is?
aliens coming
Yep.
down who are good at rock music, but they're trying to find rock music. There's a sheriff who's after the aliens. But the main plot, I think, is Piazzadora Dee Dee
Dee Dee.
and her boyfriend Frankie are in a really kind of like rocky relationship. Where he is very controlling.
Very.
He will not let her sing with his
He's
band
very-
that
no,
he's
he's
also
also-
not in.
No, exactly. He's a little bit violent and aggressive towards others, which she is not a fan of.
Yeah, he constantly punches random people as well as his bandmates.
Yeah, he tells people to bury their heads in the sand, and they don't have to ever take their heads out. I guss there's that one.
That guy's head's
Yeah.
in the sand for days.
for the whole movie. For the whole movie.
entire movie.
And then, yeah.
Yeah, and there are weird scenes in this. So, the aliens. So the aliens come down. It's nighttime. They're trying to figure things out. They're wandering around in the dark, just trying to, I don't know, understand what Earth is, I guess. I like how they spy some kids making out in a car. And the aliens don't do this. One of the kids making out in the car looks at a star and goes, I'm going to make a wish on this star. And suddenly everyone's naked.
Oh, yeah. And then
Has
the aliens
nothing.
have their clothes on.
Yeah, yes.
Yeah.
But then the next scene they don't anymore. They're back in their pink outfits.
Yeah.
It doesn't, so, my God, this movie doesn't mean anything. It doesn't make sense, Jamie. I can't wrap my head around this. So,
I do have a line Frankie says to his girl. This just
go
tells you
ahead.
what a tumultuous relationship they have.
Yeah.
He says to her, you know it's hard for me to say nice things. If that's not a sign, Dee Dee, of a bad relationship. Also, I have a line that the robot says when he's, or maybe it's the aliens that say it. So these guys, are trying to transform, like you said, for a minute, there's like, oh, are they trying to blend in with the clothes of people? But then no, they go back and they're in their own uniforms. But the robot, who is this like very simple round, like just like again a kid drawing of a robot.
yes.
When he goes through the when he gets on the planet or Earth, I guess, and he goes through the telephone booth, he transforms into a fire hydrant, and he
Yes.
says, "No butt, no lips, no way." I don't know if
Great.
he says that.
I don't know.
These are lines. These are
These
lines,
are lines
from
in
the
this movie.
So,
And again,
yeah.
they decide, they're like, well, this robot stands out in this world, so we need to transform the robot. But like you
Instead,
said,
he's a moving fire hydrant.
he's a fire hydrant that wheels around with them. The top flips open to reveal a bunch of blinking lights, and they don't disguise themselves.
No. No,
Like you
they
said,
all
they're
have these
wearing-
goofy
they're wearing-
sunglasses on.
Yes, that's how you know they're aliens. They're wearing sunglasses and pink vests, but that's it. They're not trying to describe themselves. They never even, at the end of this movie, I was waiting for them to, I don't need characters to change or evolve or anything like that. I mean, Frankie kind of does, but
Yeah.
I was ready for them to pop those jewels off of their foreheads and be like, no, 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 we want emotions. That doesn't happen. They're perfectly satisfied to just be like, oh, well, Earth isn't for us.
Yeah.
And they leave. So I don't know what the point of them being here is other than to bring these two crazy kids together.
But is that?
I don't know. And also this movie is a blending of 80s synth pop music.
Uh-huh.
And also insane, like, Stray Cats rockabilly music.
Oh, yeah.
Because these kids hang out at, like, a
song at the night. They're in a diner, right?
Yes.
So there is a band, like, that sort of is the bad boy band that, again, I don't know why.
Frankie's band.
Frankie a member, because he does have a song that he sings later. It's not like you're like, oh, well, this guy just not a singer. So, but there's there's a band that is his group of friends that are in the band. So it's his band.
It's his band.
But he's not in it.
Why doesn't somebody at one point just be like, yeah, Frankie manages us or something? I don't understand.
Or like is the other lead singer. Because then the lead singer of this band, who's this other blonde-haired guy, like maybe make that Frankie's brother or something like that.
Sure,
like,
why not?
This is when he sings a song about Justine.
Called Justine? A character who is not in this movie. A person who is not a character in this movie. And I know it's called Justine because they say it 50 times. Justine, 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 Justine. Justine, Justine, Justine.
Most of what these is songs happening? I've written
and then
down
they just
the
show
title
a random woman at this diner. And I'm like, well, this must be a character, not a character.
No.
Never seen again.
No. Mm-mm.
There are some funny parts. I do like how when this band's setting up, Frankie comes in and the drummer's like, hey, Frankie, what's up? And he's like, did you wax my car? And he goes, well, I couldn't find a rag. And he rips this guy's shirt right off of his body and goes, here. And I love how the drummer goes, oh, my God, I've been wearing one the whole time. There are some funny lines in here that would play in a better movie.
Sure.
And like we said, I think everybody is trying to do their best, which I guess good for them. But overall, there's nothing here. Like the funny lines are easy to forget or not even notice because you're just so much. The whole time I'm like, what am I supposed to be paying attention to?
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, it just feels like a big old. Yeah, I agree.
Oh my God. Oh yeah. Then he makes one of the other members of the band slap himself a lot for him.
Oh yeah.
Jesus
For
Christ.
Forgetting something. Yeah.
So,
but now the aliens arrive to this diner.
Yes.
So they're in this diner, and there's a band playing. It has a very 1950s vibe to it. Very
they have the stand-up bass, which is very cool. I like that.
Yeah. The fire hydrant is outside.
They make it wait outside.
Yeah. And they enter, and they kind of they make like people know they're different when they enter the diner, and
the reaction to aliens, and again, like they honestly, I'm saying they don't disguise themselves. They don't look like aliens. Like there's nothing that anyone would think that would make these people aliens. But they are acting like idiots because they can't, like, they're pouring salt everywhere and they're throwing napkins from the napkin dispenser
they're
around.
Eating the napkins, right?
Yeah.
They don't know what to do with them. Yeah.
They're acting insane. And the reaction by everybody in this diner is appropriate, where they're like, what are these idiots doing?
They? Yeah.
In just a few minutes, Jamie, and I don't mean to jump ahead, one of these aliens explodes and pieces of him fly all around, and no one reacts to that. Because, first of all, when the aliens come in, I do love it, because Frankie's band is like, hey, let's go beat the shit out of those guys.
Yeah.
And Frankie's immediately like, no, you know what? Dee Dee doesn't like it when I do that.
Yeah.
I thought that was great.
And then Dee Dee walks to the bathroom and has this is another musical number.
I kind of loved this. Like there were certain, I think just this and the one with the big cat where I was like, this is kind of great.
What's happening? Yeah.
This movie kind of just feels like you left MTV on and every now and then you turn around, you're like, whoa, this seems cool.
This one's cool, yeah, and then other not so much.
I think the bathroom song is great because of the way the bathroom looks. It is
you
just
bring out the
dressed.
lever in me. You bring out the lever in me.
Why not sing it in a bathroom where it appears that people are pissing or taking shits?
Yeah, we see feet underneath. That's how how the dance starts, right? Is there's underwear on ankles, yeah, and underneath the stalls, and they start dancing around. And it starts out as a heart to heart between the two girls, where she's like, Pia's like, yeah, I don't know that I like the way he's treating me, and her friend's like, well, if you're gonna dump him, do you mind if I take him then? Right? Isn't that the conversation?
Yes, yeah. Because her friend seems to really be into Frankie, which really doesn't come of anything. I also love when it does turn into a music video. There are lights in the walls. The stall doors open, and every stall door has a giant poster of Frankie on it.
You gotta love him.
Which is, there's also 2 steps up to the stalls, which I thought was kind of cool. And did you notice that there is graffiti on the walls? The graffiti in the bathroom is great because one just says, it's not my problem. And that's it.
There you go.
The other graffiti says, stallions rule, comma, okay, question mark.
Again, the graffiti sort of gives off the vibe of what we're feeling in the movie.
Yes, exactly. Yeah, I'm like, that statement that makes no sense makes as much sense as everything I've been watching to this point.
Totally.
Yeah, but it's a fun little, again, music video that has nothing to do with what happened before, has nothing to do with anything that will come next. It's just they stopped the movie, played a music video, and now we're about to start the movie up again.
Yeah. Yep.
Because the blonde alien with a bowl cut, again, this guy's hair is terrible.
It is really bad. Yeah.
When Dee Dee leaves the bathroom, they both kind of make eyesies at each other.
He can't handle these emotions.
No.
Because he's not programmed for it.
Right.
Yeah. And this is when he explodes.
Yeah, smoke comes out of his neck, and he explodes. And his arm flies onto a patron's head, and this person does not react to what just happened.
There's no, what's going on? How are these things exploding? How are these guys? No,
right.
None of that.
Yeah, those guys that were just eating napkins, one of them just blew up, his head's gone. And his friends, the other aliens, just pick up the pieces and calmly leave this restaurant.
They go back to the phone booth, right?
Yeah, they go back to their ship. I kind of thought this was funny when they put it back together again. Because they feed his pieces into a machine that remakes him as a paper?
Like a poster, like a giant poster of him.
Which they then stick like a vacuum cleaner
It's like the air mattress version, and then they blow him back up. And they go too much at first. They're like, oh, he's too puffy, Yeah. And they have to sit on him to get him to go down a little bit, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, they blow him back up like an air mattress.
And that's it. And now the aliens, now they've seen a little bit of Earth, they have their own music video.
Oh, is this when they arrive on a tractor?
Yes, because they have their own music video in their ship. And again, like, this just feels like I have nothing against the music video parts of this movie because I can wrap my brain around them because it feels like a Devo or Oingo Boingo music video. That's what it looks like. It's what it feels like. I'm like, I don't care that they're aliens or in a spaceship. Like, I get it. It doesn't need to make sense. And then they drive a tractor onto the beach.
Yeah.
To raucous applause.
Yeah. Yeah, the crowds, they're winning the people over. They're winning the people over with their music that they're supposed to be learning about, like you said, but apparently have their own
really
innate
good at
knowledge
it.
Of. Yeah.
They're so good at it. They win the battle of the bands in just a couple scenes.
Well, that's not here yet. First, we've got to really meet them. So this is Diane, the best friend who fixes the chainsaw later. I do like she's able to, she never takes it in that they're letters from the letters of the alphabet. She says their names as it's like Epsidid.
Yeah, she doesn't just see them as alphabet letters. She's like, oh, so your name is Absid, I guess?
Yeah.
and they're all like,
and they're all smelling her and touching her and like, right? And she's like, okay. She's clearly uncomfortable. It feels like the start of the Me Too movement here, where they're like making her very uncomfortable, but she kind of can't say anything about it.
Yeah.
And it's curious,
I think that she's the best character in the movie because, like I said before, like I enjoy how she and the chainsaw guy end up together, but it's also like after this, I love the way she's playing it because she seems very uncomfortable by the fact that they keep touching her and smelling her.
Yeah.
And it's almost like she finally meets this chainsaw maniac who falls for her just for who she is.
Yeah, exactly.
It's so funny. Like, I really feel like she is doing an amazing job and is in a much better movie of her own.
Right. Yeah, I could see that. She convinces them, like, after seeing this tractor show, the song and dance that they do, she wants them to play. She wants them to play in the Battle of the Bands. She says they would be perfect, right?
Oh, yeah. It's also not a Battle of the Bands. It has really nothing to do with the high school other than the fact that it's at the high school. They keep referring to it as a cotillion.
Oh, yeah, that's right.
Which I always thought was like a southern, like, like a southern party for wealth, like aristocrats. Like, maybe I don't know what a cotillion is, but I was just like, why do they keep calling this a cotillion and not just like a dance or, as we said before, a Battle of the Bands?
Maybe in their world that's what it was. Like, are they the aliens? Then you wonder, who's the alien?
Oh, my light just might turn that off. There we go. Okay, cool. Okay. Yeah, so she invites them to play in this Battle of the Band. She's like, you guys are great. You should really play this. And they accept.
Yeah. What's the simulator they have to make? I said the band makes a simulator. What is that?
They make it's not a simulator, Jamie. It is a female stimulator.
Oh, yes. That's right.
That goes wrong. I guess they don't quite know how to make it, or I guess they have to. I guess this has to exist because on their planet there are no emotions.
Right.
So they have
so they need something. They decide to build this thing to make sure that the ladies love them.
Yes. But instead it activates all the dudes.
All the dudes go crazy for them. Yeah. Yeah. When they go to the
they go back to the diner. It's almost like they filmed all these beach scenes and all these diner scenes. We're like, we have to cut this stuff up. Like we have to just go back and forth through the first half of this movie. Oh my God. Yeah. It's very bizarre. So, and after they turn off the female stimulator, the blonde alien invites Dee Dee to sing with the band. He's like, oh, you know what you could do? You could come and sing with our band. She's like, oh my God, that would be great. Because Frankie never lets me sing with his band.
Right.
And there we go. Great. And suddenly,
is this when they sing the song "Little Bit of Heaven" with so much fog everywhere?
Yes. Oh, God, because he's having some sort of, I believe this is a fantasy about he and Dee Dee exploring the universe together.
Oh, yeah.
I think it's a fantasy. I don't know, because this is also intercut with the rest of the aliens, like taking samples of grass and stuff like that. I'm like, I thought you were here to find out about rock music.
They're just discovering the planet, I guess, learning about, I don't know.
As if this movie didn't have too much going on, both too much and not enough, because of there's 8 characters,
things
maybe.
that are missing.
Yes. We now suddenly see an asylum. Right. Yeah, like they're picking up cow poop and stuff like that. While they're exploring, we see an escape from a mental hospital.
Oh yeah.
By Michael Berryman,
chainsaw,
and some other random guy who's always like has a mask over his mouth.
Yeah, he's attached to some kind of a oxygen thing, maybe, but not.
Sure. Yeah.
Yeah, there's 2 patients escaping. Frankie and his crew. Oh, they see the alien talking to the girl. Oh, yes. This is funny. When they get attacked, well, I don't know. when I
Yeah,
wrote
the
it
fact
down.
that you used funny. I was even like,
Exactly.
was it funny, dude?
When they get attacked by all the dudes at the diner and overwhelmed, Dee Dee rushes over to him and she goes, "Are you okay? Do you need a doctor or a vanilla shake?"
Yep.
Again, like you said, there's these lines that you're like, wow, if it didn't come
Right.
completely, like, I might be like, oh, that's like, yeah. Anyway.
Yeah, and he's about to be beat up by this band, who are
Right.
also just like a gang of street toughs. But he makes a force field, which is just a piece of plexiglass in front of him.
So
And
they
these guys
can't
are
do
punching
anything.
it and hitting it, and they can't get to him. And this is shot so terribly. Like, it is just a piece of plexiglass that is shaking when people hit it. It's got scratches all over it that are so visible. It's so stupid. And I understand that this movie is meant to be stupid. And I think that you can do that, and you can do that well. I just don't think it works here at all.
No, it's too much. Too much. There's again a funny line one of Frankie's guys say when they're trying to beat him up and they can't beat him up because the force field. One of the guys says, maybe he's into Scientology.
Yes, right. That's fine. That's a fine line in whatever movie you're making, but to have it before a giant piece of plexiglass protects him, and after an interesting music video, and I know we're going to see another one in like 5 minutes.
Yeah, that's what this movie is.
Yeah.
It's just compiled music videos.
Oh my God.
You mentioned this, the mental patients who break out of the hospital also go and get themselves a plethora of weapons.
Yeah, shopping cart full of guns that they never use, never referenced again. One guy, the guy who needs help breathing, I guess, has a knife.
Yeah.
And the other guy had his chainsaw. They gave him a chainsaw at the asylum. He used that to escape.
To escape the asylum, yes.
The guns don't mean anything other than, I guess, a joke when they pull up to the register and the guy's like, will that be cash or a major credit card? And they just go, a major credit card. End scene. Isn't everybody laughing hysterically?
This is when then the sheriff is back. Her antics return.
Yep.
What's this, eating chicken? Eating chicken out of a dead man's hand?
They find a corpse.
Because you're right. People start coming up dead, but we don't know. Is it the mental patients coming after them? Is this
no
the
idea.
octopus attacking them? The sea creature on attack?
I think what she's doing and what these scenes are doing, or this one scene, that's all. Sorry, I don't mean to make this seem like any other bit of this is interesting. I think this is the best part of the movie because I already said how she calls the guy's wife and asks if she's a widow and says, the hell you're not, and then hangs up. But before that, I thought this is great because it's a corpse under a blanket that is holding a piece of chicken. The one cop takes the chicken and just starts eating it. And you see the dead guy's hand wipe the grease onto the sheet that he's under. And I was like, what? Is he dead?
What's happening?
I thought that was kind of fun. I was like, okay, that's kind of funny. But that's not what this movie is.
No.
Because they don't do anything. Later, they're in a tiny steamroller and they run over a couple of these guys appear to be movers.
Oh, yeah. What is that for?
What does that mean?
And then shows them flattened. I have to pee because I have 2 beverages.
Oh, yeah, me too, actually. All right.
Okay, good. Okay. All right,
So
sorry.
it is time for the Battle of the Bands finally. But
Okay.
again, it's not the Battle of the Bands. They're just going to play. They do have dueling stages on either side of the gym, which is very strange.
And the crowd dances. They go to the one side of the gym to kind of show which group they like better.
But I do like how Frankie's like, that band's not getting in. Go outside, and if they try and get in, beat them up. And I do like how they're all just standing out there with like baseball bats and everything. And the aliens are just standing in front of the school like, well, we can't get in this way. And the guys are just right behind them. So they decide to teleport in through the toilets because they can do that.
That's how they can do it. Yeah.
And they get in. They get in. There's another kind of funny gag here. I like it
Up
when
through a bubbling toilet. Yeah.
Yes. When Frankie is talking to the rest of his band and behind the band he sees the aliens coming in and Frankie's like, "Oh, yeah, they're not getting in? They're not getting in? You guys make sure they're not getting in?" well, then who's that? And he slaps them all in the face down the road like the Three Stooges. And I was like, okay, that's appropriate for this movie. And then the two bands play, and they kind of just have like they're just dueling. They'll play a little bit of their rockabilly song.
Yeah.
They'll play a little bit of their synth music, back and forth, until it's not like something happens and they make their instruments explode or anything. It's kind of like Frankie's band just gives up and leaves.
Yeah. Eventually,
That's
it's
it.
just like they've had enough. Yeah.
Yeah.
Let's see. The band plays. They elevate her onto.
Oh, yeah. She comes out to sing. Yeah. Sorry. Jesus Christ. Forgot about the main character of the movie.
Yeah, so because she's a part of the alien band now.
Right,
And when
yes.
it's her turn to sing, they bring her onto the stage via an orb.
They turn her into a ball of light, and then she reconstitutes into a woman in a spacesuit.
And then the dance
On
they
the
do
stage.
for her song, they keep their hands in their pockets for
Yes.
the entire dance. Did you notice that?
Yeah.
Yep. Mm-hmm.
It's crazy, and I mean, listen, Frankie's having none of it, but now his woman
Frankie,
has been
again,
stolen.
because he's not in the band, but
No.
the whole time the band is battling, he's got this little head nod thing he
Yeah.
does, and his hair is very voluminous, we'll say. It's
Mm-hmm.
like the actor was like, I'm just going to do this move that moves my hair just a little, and it lets people know. I don't know.
I mean, I'll say
You're into
this.
it? You're into
He
it.
looks great. He looks
Looking
great.
good. He's looking good.
Yeah. Later on, when he's singing with the cat, his shirt disappears, and I'm not complaining. It's totally
Yeah.
fine.
They're into it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But yeah, so she's singing with the band. Like you said, he's bebopping to music. Not sure who he's bebopping to. You
Right,
would assume it's his
exactly.
band. I also don't know where he is. He's not
Yeah,
on stage.
no, yeah.
He's not down with the people dancing.
He's not backstage.
Yeah,
He's not
it's
quite
almost like they
backstage.
just brought him into a closet one day. It was like, we need to film some covered
Some
scenes of
reaction
you
shots.
having fun listening to music.
Yeah. Well,
And
then.
all the while this is happening, the escaped asylum patients are racing around the school, creating havoc. They drop
Yeah.
a sandbag on the principal because I was like, are there teachers here?
Well, the principal comes out at one point to tell everybody that the dance is over.
Yeah, it's been
And
canceled.
that the dance is canceled.
Because several people have been killed.
I don't know if you guys have heard about all the murders. And then, yeah.
And I felt like one of these kids because I was like, this is the first I'm hearing about this too.
Yeah, exactly.
Shouldn't we as the
Murders
audience have
where?
been included
Yeah.
in?
Who's being murdered? The sheriff's been doing the investigations. The guy eating chicken maybe was
One
choking,
guy.
but was
Yeah.
he dead? Because like you said, he moves his hand.
Yeah, one guy who could have been like the dead guy in Beetlejuice who just has a chicken bone in his
Yeah.
throat. Where I
Yeah.
was like, what does this have to do with anything? I didn't know there had been a rash of murders.
Right. But it doesn't come to anything because he announces that the dance has ended. But
Yeah.
then one of the guys from the mental hospital hits him with a sandbag, knocks him down to the ground, and the dance keeps on going. Nobody even is like, "What murders? Did you hear the principal mention
Yeah.
murders?" They don't even talk
No,
about
the
it.
principal gets knocked unconscious. They play. Before she gets beamed into a ball of light and starts singing, Dee Dee does break it off with Frankie.
Oh,
She's like,
yeah.
Frankie, that's it. And this battle of the bands, this takes forever.
Yeah.
I scrubbed through this, Jamie. I didn't watch it. I kept skipping. I was like 10 seconds,
for
10,
you.
10, 10, 10, da, 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 da. Because
Move it along.
unlike the other musical interludes, which I enjoyed, this isn't a music video. It's just people standing on stage,
Right.
which were always, in my opinion, those were always the worst music videos on MTV. Like when they would
when they
show
were
like,
actually,
yeah,
in
like
concert.
Poison is playing a concert. I don't want to watch that.
You don't want to see that. You could go to the concert and see it. What do you want to see it in a video
Exactly, yes. I don't need to see Bon Jovi suspended above the audience playing his dumb guitar. No,
for? Okay. No, we don't want that.
I want to watch guys get
wanna
sucked into
see-
comic books or whatever. That's what I want to watch.
All right. No
And-
TV.
As we said, the aliens win this battle of the bands. And Dee Dee says to the blonde alien, she's like, hey, hot stuff, you want to take a walk?
Oh yeah.
And they leave, and this band does not miss a beat. They have another song lined up. They have another singer lined up.
They have another guy, right, that comes in to take over because
Yeah.
he's going on his little beach walk with Dee Dee. And he has a hard time anytime she touches him. he kind of has like a reaction.
The mild reaction. He doesn't explode because she just kind of like is like, "Hey, you're right, dude," and he's like, "No, I'm keeping it all together.
Yeah, we're okay. We're okay." This is when she does her little monologue about the contaminated lake and how it's filled with missile fuel.
Yeah.
And it's this whole sort of environmental spiel she goes on.
Oh my God. And then he's asking her rational questions like, well, what about the local government? Like, didn't you
get the government involved in
And they're
this?
like, well, the government tried to do something, but they just didn't have the support they needed. And I'm like, what am I watching right now?
Wait, where'd this come from? Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, where did this environmental message, a serious environmental message come from in this movie? Because I haven't seen gross Lake Erie for the past 40 minutes of this movie.
No, we've been away from it. And the whole premise for her to go on this walk with him is because she wants to be part of his band. And she wants to ask him how to be a part of his band. Because they're really good. They sound a little out of this world. But she wants to know, and she goes, and she's like, I get it if you need to meet with the band, and I need to do some kind of audition, that's fine. And he's like, as the commander of the band, I approve this.
Yes!
You can join the band.
This dialogue makes zero sense because he finally fesses up. He's like, listen, I don't know.
Oh, and then he tells her she's an alien?
Yes. He's like, I'm an alien. And she goes, wow, really? And then he goes, yeah. And her response is, I still can't believe you're an alien. I'm like, he just told you.
Well,
he told you 2 seconds ago. You still can't believe it.
She does this whole internalizing too, where she's like, sure, typical, fits me that I would fall for an alien because you're a little bit of crazy, and that's how I am too.
This is an insane because also this conversation is intercut with my favorite part of the movie, which is Michael Berryman chasing her friend around with a chainsaw, and finally it stops working, and he throws it on the ground. And I like how she's like, well, that's no way to treat your tools. You can't do that. And she comes over. She has like this utility belt with tools and hair supplies on it.
Yeah.
And she gets in there fixing it. And I just love how she asks him to hand her a certain wrench and he can't find the right one. And finally she picks it up and she seems mad. And then she goes, it's okay. Don't worry about it.
Yeah. Yeah, they have a real back and like a heart. Even when she is going backstage, Diane, the friend, is going backstage because she knows that her friend Dee Dee has broken up with Frankie, so she's going backstage to look for Frankie.
Right. Yes.
So I'm assume ask him to be in a relationship
you gotta move
with her
in
because
right.
Yeah,
you got to take your shots.
She hears a chainsaw going off. And then she gets chased, but she never really seems frightened anyway by the chainsaw coming at her. And then when he finally gets her in the band room, ironically, cornered with the chainsaw, and then the chainsaw stops working.
Yeah.
He goes, "Can you give me 5 minutes?" And she's like, "Okay."
It's
and then she realizes
so funny.
that she can help
I love
him.
it.
And then throughout the rest of this movie, we get these little cuts of like Frankie and making up with Dee Dee, and Dee Dee, talking with the head alien guy, ABCDE, whatever his name is. And then you get these two kind of growing closer through the repair of this chainsaw, which takes a very long time.
It takes so long. I guess it was in really bad shape because at one point she's like, how often do you oil this thing?
Yeah.
Really great. I thought
he's
these
like
two
just
were...
makes these facial reactions. Like,
I thought these two again were the best parts of this movie.
I agree. I have to agree.
But we have to keep cutting back and forth between this and now. I enjoyed the chainsaw bit. I kind of love this here because now you see Frankie is. You all right?
Yeah, she's growling at something.
Darting. Okay, your eyes are darting around us. Frankie is now very upset, and he seems to realize that he probably should have let Dee Dee sing with his band or whatever she wanted, and he probably shouldn't have taken advantage of her. I love how he walks to the end of the school hallway to his locker, which is just 4 lockers stitched together. He opens it. It's a huge
Mac Daddy
door.
Locker. Yeah.
He's got a life-size poster of Dee Dee.
And this is when he does the song, right, about
it is.
Dee Dee?
It's incredible. Like, I really love this. Because, again, it was an insane music video that had nothing to do with anything. We talked about it before. There's a mountain lion that he's walking through the halls of the school, but then they're in the desert together.
Yeah. So weird.
There are girls with cat ears clawing around and crawling all over the place. As you
As we
said,
said, he does this lunge dance over the boulders in the desert. His pants get all tore up.
it's so silly, and it is over.
What about when they do like where he looks to the side and then you see the cat's profile to the side?
Yeah, it's like a parody of like 90s perfume ads and stuff where it was like supposed to be so serious, but it's this guy and a cat, and it is just dissolves of their two faces over each other. He's singing about this lost love and everything. We don't see, there's no like picture of Dee Dee or anything.
It's called The Nature of the Beast.
Yes, it's all about his animalistic male nature and how it's wrong and everything. It's so good. Like if this movie was just Jermaine Jackson video, bathroom video, and this, I think I'd give this a 10 out of 10.
It was this video that I picked back up the movie with, and I was like, I just kept saying, what is happening? What is happening?
It makes no sense. And also at the end of the video, did you notice at the end of the music video, he leads the mountain lion into his locker?
Hallway. Yeah.
And then closes it? I'm like, I think that cat lives in his locker.
Yeah, it's part of his, Yeah.
It's amazing.
Yeah.
And also something else that's happening at this point is
she goes over to his space station.
She goes up to his spaceship, and this is when he's talking to her about how she's going to have so much fun being with him. They're going to be so happy together. But I wrote it down. She has to have an emoectomy.
Oh, emoectomy.
To remove her emotions. And she's not into this at all, of course. But also she is I'm going to say a career-driven woman, because everything he says is like, oh my God, I love you so much. We're going to be so happy. And she's like, so here's what we're going to do. Listen, we got to have some promo shots done.
She's
for
like,
this
do you have a
band.
manager?
Yes.
He even says to her at one point, do you just love me for me? And she's like, I mean, I think so.
Yeah, right. And this guy who has no emotions is like, I am so in love with this woman.
It's very weird. Yeah.
It makes no sense whatsoever.
Yeah.
Because also when she's like, I think I got to go back to Earth and be with my own kind, let's say. He is devastated.
From
a man who
has
had his
no
emotions removed. He's broken.
Yeah.
Also, the cop is trying to figure out how the aliens get places. His band is trying to figure out how the aliens get back to the ship.
Oh, the band now has decided to go against him because he makes an announcement before he has his little dance number or locker room cat routine. He tells the band that he can't be violent and aggressive anymore, even though he punches them all as he's saying it. Like he's like, we're not going to be violent. He punches one in the head. Yeah. And we can't be aggressive, and he kicks another one.
And he also says this band, which he's not a part of, no longer exists. And they're like, well, what do we do now?
Yeah, exactly.
You're the band. You guys are the band.
But now the band has grown angry, and there's a whole spiel about if Frankie was a garbage man, what they would do with him. Was Frankie ever a garbage man?
I don't know. The guy's like, garbage this, garbage that. Well, if he's a garbage man, let's say this garbage man is named Frankie. Well, garbage comes back, and garbage stinks. And if it's garbage, we got to beat up garbage, even if we know the garbage. I couldn't even believe what I was listening to.
No. It was garbage.
Like, did I miss something?
I know. They have this, but now they are dead set on getting even with Frankie for breaking up the band and breaking up the group.
It's so bizarre.
And as we said, then she, she kind of turns down the alien, and she's too much of an independent woman. I do like when he's like, what do you want to be? She's like, well, I thought I wanted to be a nun or maybe a bomber pilot or maybe get into politics. But really, she wants to be a famous singer. I don't know.
But again, that's one of those lines where I'm like, you had really funny lines. And I know that somebody wrote that down and went, this is going to kill. It's not funny at all.
Not funny.
And I don't know if it's the way she delivers it. I don't know if it's because they're also being chased by a tentacle monster at this point.
It's just too much. It's just too much.
It's far too much. It's just
all too much. The band does, they've been, members of the of the society. I don't know if they're part of if they're always a part of Frankie's group, but they've seen these dudes kind of catch glimpses every now and then,
right,
of the telephone pole or telephone booth
yeah.
teleporting, if you will.
Yes,
like they see people go in there and just disappear. Somebody saw them go in there, A B C D E F G and Dee Dee go in there and disappear. And so they bring the group together and they're like, this is a thing. And one of them, sure enough, goes in and gets teleported. He later, we find out, he just wrecks the place. He spray paints all over it, makes it a mess. Again, they don't do anything
because the aliens,
to him. They send him back. Yeah.
Because the main guy just had his heart broken and they're like, what do we do with this punk who messed up our ship? He's like, just send him back. I don't care anymore.
Exactly. Yeah. Yeah.
And then, now
they get chased.
And they all like defeat the tentacle monster because Michael Berryman's chainsaw works now.
Well, yeah, but even that, they get chased around, and who does he electrocute? Frankie electrocutes. Because Frankie, she decides now that she does want to be with Frankie,
right?
And Frankie decides that she can be in the band.
Yes.
When they find each other, Frankie's being attacked at knife point by the other escapee.
Oh God, yeah, we forgot he existed.
The one who's got the breathing apparatus or something. He's hooked to some machine.
Right. Yeah.
And there's a knife fight where at one point he scratches and there's like this tear of Frankie's shirt. And when Dee Dee comes in, Frankie's like, no, get away. And Frankie uses the knife somehow to electrocute him. I don't know.
Don't know.
He electrocutes
I don't remember any of this. I think I was just like totally zoned out. And I'm like, I think there's 10 minutes left. I can kind of make it through.
We're getting through it.
If I just don't pay attention to what's happening.
So this guy who we forgot about comes back, gets electrocuted, and we think now that Dee Dee and Frankie are in the clear, but now there's this animated octopus arm that comes out, and again, there's a battle with them. She bites the octopus arm.
It looks like a children's toy. It looks like an inflatable tentacle that a kid is just like hitting people with.
Yeah, it's colorful. It's when they finally do defeat it, we get a shot then of the outside of the school where it's supposed to look like it's cracking, like it's this whole octopus.
It's all around the school. It's completely taken over this model of the school, which I did find delightful because I'm like, this isn't even the same color as what you guys were shooting before.
So weird. The chainsaw is fixed, as you said, and that's what then the chainsaw guy saves the day by saving all of them from this octopus.
Well, like you said, he chops the tentacle and bubbles come out.
Bubbles, like
again, it's a children's toy. This is a movie for children.
Yeah. I mean,
I guess this is a movie for no one. This is not a movie for anyone.
Nobody
but
really.
At least there's like colors and things are moving on screen. Okay. So I feel like children may get. No, wait. Didn't we see boobies? Naked women in the car when everybody's clothes went away?
Yeah. No,
that does not
maybe.
Okay, because I was going to say that does not track with everything else that we're seeing. This movie feels like it's rated G for
god awful.
I couldn't even think of anything.
This is when she then confesses to Frankie that she loves him because he's so down to earth.
Great.
And the alien guy hears it and is like,
Well, no, but the alien guy is like, you know what? I may have gotten my heart broken and I suddenly have emotions now that I didn't have before. And this woman destroyed me. But you know what? We should give them a hand and clean up their lakes and rivers and everything.
Oh, yeah.
And now basically turn this into another music video. Because now it's a duet. It's the same song that she was singing with Jermaine Jackson at the beginning. But now she's singing it with Frankie. There's costume changes. They're under a waterfall at one point.
What a background.
They're dancing in front of a green screen. It looks like shit. I was like, why? How is this the worst looking part of this movie?
There's a sunset. There's a... let me see, what else did I write
down?
Also
his band that was going to jump him or turn into Boy Scouts?
Oh, yeah.
The aliens just transformed them into Boy Scouts.
That was their way to sort of protect because now they're Frankie's friend. What is this? There was at the start of the waterfall video. There's an old lady that looks out. I think it might be the sheriff lady, and she looks at a younger man and she says, "Come on, let's get wet." And then you see her clouds parasailing, and there's a lot of shots of clouds in the sky, like super trippy clouds.
It reminded me of the Never-Ending Story, like composite shots of like storms rolling in and stuff. But I think it's meant to be happy and bright and colorful.
I don't know.
It's not. It's upsetting because we did just see this cop run over two innocent men with a steamroller.
Right.
And now
and flatten them.
Yeah.
Comically,
and now she's like
cartoon-like.
windsurfing.
Yeah. I don't know.
And that's kind of that's how
best
the
life.
movie ends.
Yeah, well, the movie then ends when the aliens are back in the spaceship. The spaceship has been a little bit trashed.
Yes.
The head alien passes on the head alien duties to another of the
He's
aliens.
like, "Hey, Rick, the alien, why don't you drive?" And the guy's like, "Oh my god, I get to drive. That's great."
Right.
And then we see like a cartoon spaceship fly away.
And that's this movie.
Holy shit! I did not like this.
Well, I didn't like it either.
I really thought while I was watching this, and I don't want you to take any offense to this. When I was done watching this, I'm like, is Jamie going to really surprise me by being like, yeah, this was goofy and fun. And I kind of thought you might be able to win me over because, like I said, I've been thinking about this movie way more than I actually should, but I don't think it's a good thing. I don't think it makes it any better.
No, I think you're only thinking about it because it doesn't make sense and you want to try to make sense of it or figure out what. No, this movie, again, like I said, the first, even with the Jermaine, I don't know if it was Jermaine that got me hooked, but the very beginning, I was like, all right, this isn't going to be like, I didn't think it was going to be like an epic, like a good movie.
Right.
But I thought it was going to be good for our podcast. Good.
Yes.
Goofy and fun and just crazy and silly. But it was just too much. And it was one of those movies that, like I said, I have this reaction to where I'm like, what are these? This is just a waste of my time.
Yeah.
And I love this podcast.
Yeah.
And I love hanging out. But now I'm just mad that I have to do this. And why did someone do this to me? And, it wasn't, I wouldn't recommend it. No. I might recommend just for people who are like, what are you talking about? Yeah, go ahead, Google, watch one of these music videos and see just how goofy it is. But yeah.
Yeah, and when you said someone did this to you, I did this to you.
You did it to me.
Because, much like your husband, I watched a trailer and I was like, this seems perfect for our podcast.
Yeah. Uh-huh.
But the problem is that it just didn't make any sense. Like, I couldn't keep track of what was happening.
No, there was way too much going on.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
It was, this is bad.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
bad is what it is.
It's bad.
Yeah.
Yes, definitely.
It's definitely bad. Just too much.
But I'm going to recommend something that is not bad.
Ground us in something.
It's a movie from 1971 called Harold and Maude.
Oh, yeah, that's a great movie. I love Harold and Maude.
So fun. It does star Ruth Gordon. That is the connective thread here. It stars Ruth Gordon and Bud Cort, and he's a very young man obsessed with death and suicide and things like that. And he meets Ruth Gordon, who I think is supposed to be 80 years old in this movie from 71. And they share common interests, and it's a very funny movie.
Very good. Yeah.
And he ends up like falling in love with this elderly woman. It's really great. If people have not checked it out, please. I think it's directed by Hal Ashby. It's wonderful. And Ruth Gordon I did see she died at the age of 88. 1 year after this movie. So this was at the tail end of her career.
No, she's great in it. And,
listen, you're working up toward the very end of your life, I guess, which is the one thing I'll say about Voyage of the Rock Aliens. Good for giving Ruth a paycheck at the end of her life.
There you go. All right.
Do you have a recommendation?
It took me a minute because I think I was like, this is one of those where I'm like, I recommend you don't watch this movie, and that's all I recommend. Then I thought, well, what would I recommend? And I think years ago I may have recommended it because it was a TV series that was on a couple of years ago on Netflix called The OA, with directed by Britt Britt Martin. Am I saying her name right?
I don't know who you're
Sharon
talking about.
I'll just say names then. Lady Friend and another lady friend. It's really good. It's about it's really kind of this trippy sci-fi show about this woman who has been missing for several years, and she was blind, but now when she's found, she can see. And it's like, it's trippy in the sense of like, I think it might have came out right when the first Stranger Things came out too.
Okay.
Because it had a similar like, oh, is this aliens or is this like just another dimension vibe or what's going on here? And I think it made it through 3 seasons. They were all really good. I really liked it. Sharon Van Eaton, who's Van Eaton. She's a groovy little singer. She's in it. They have this dance that they do because there's just look into it. It's called the OA.
Okay. Do you remember what it's on? Are you going to say
Netflix.
Apple Plus? Okay.
No, Netflix.
Right. Every time I'm like, that sounds interesting. Is it on the only streaming network that I don't subscribe to?
It is. Those are the only ones I recommend.
Right, exactly.
Just to bother you. No, but that was my recommendation for its sci-fi vibe.
All right.
Because
wow,
this
wonderful.
was supposed to be our movie honoring sci-fi month or day,
Yeah.
right? But
of all the things we could have done, we still have one
feel like
Star
we
Trek
spit in the
hanging out
face of
there.
sci-fi.
We really did. Like, don't you blend your sci-fi and comedy because it doesn't work.
it does, and musicals. I don't want it.
Oh,
Yeah,
boy.
too much.
Well, okay, so let's talk about what we're going to do next time because we're
Let's
going
do
to
it.
shift gears a little bit. I think the only common thread is that this is another movie about teens.
Oh,
So, Jamie, I know your birthday's coming up soon, but that's not going to be for 2 episodes. So really,
Right.
You got some time, think about it. But our next episode is going to come out on January 16th. So we are going to talk about a movie that came out on January 16th, 1985,
okay.
which is called The New Kids.
Not the New Kids on the Block.
Nope. And it does not star a single Wahlberg.
Okay, great.
Can't find a Wahlberg anywhere. It is a teen thriller
Ooh,
starring
scary.
James Spader, Lori Loughlin, and I think there's an Eric Stoltz wandering around in there too.
I wouldn't be just surprised. Yeah.
Great.
Okay, great.
So that is what we're going to cover before we get to your birthday pick. And I never like when I'm making up this schedule and I'm making up what we need to watch when. I never like to assume that I know what you're going to choose, but I was like, I don't want to pick anything too similar to what you're going to pick. So I'm like, an R-rated teen thriller. I think that's a safe choice.
It's a safe
That
choice,
we're
yeah.
not. There's not going to be too many repetitions. Repetitions? Yes, in a row.
Yeah.
So that's what we're going to watch next time. Everyone, thank you for listening.
We really appreciate it.
yeah.
Especially when we're getting through these tougher ones.
Oh
that-
my God.
Like you said, sometimes I feel like if a person hasn't seen the movie, they can follow along, and that's sort of the delight of us. It's like you get our version of the movie. But this was, as dumb as it was very complicated.
It's impossible to describe. It really is.
Yeah.
Yeah, I hope that people listen to this and we're like, well, that's not. They're just making something up. Like this
Right.
is some sort of
That
April
can't be a real
Fool's
movie.
joke
What did
at
these
the
two
beginning
do?
of
Yeah.
January.
Yeah.
Right. But thank you for sticking with us in 2025. And here's
It's
to the-
2026 now.
I know. Well, I'm
you
just.
believe
I'm
that?
thanking
I
everybody
know,
from last
thanking
year.
us for the
Oh, I thought you were.
2025
I thought you were correcting me on the year.
No. It just dawned on me as you said it. Wow, it's
It's
2026.
crazy. Yeah. But we
Nutty
got some
time.
great things in store for
We always
2026.
do. We always do.
So we will talk to you again in 2 weeks. Until then, everybody, have a great 2 weeks.
So long.